Good afternoon. This is Dr. Tim Coleman, formerly of NOAA Weather Radio Station KIH-54 at the National Weather Service, now with the Alabama Weather Blog. We've got a major winter storm coming. We're going to get right to the maps here. These are partial trajectories. This is where air will be coming from that will be here tomorrow, and our air tomorrow coming from north of Lake Superior, where it is currently 10 degrees. So a lot of cold air still coming in here. Take a look at the water vapor satellite imagery. You can already see the upper level storm we're going to have to deal with. Notice the circle there in the clouds up there across Arizona and New Mexico, out where Auburn is about to play in the national championship game. That is the upper level disturbance that will move across the southern part of the country over the next 24 to 48 hours and cause all kinds of snow and ice problems, unfortunately, here in Alabama. This is a loop of 500 millibars, and that's the upper level wind patterns and the upper level disturbance. You see that upper level disturbance there is circled as it's approaching Alabama on Sunday night. Now, what happens is that surface area moves in, or as that upper level disturbance moves in, a surface low pressure area will also form in the Gulf of Mexico, very close to the Gulf Coast. Now, here you see a loop of that along with precipitation. Now, what this map indicates is the upper level disturbance will come out of Texas tomorrow. A surface low will form tomorrow morning along the Texas coast and deepen as it moves towards Louisiana, and that will help precipitation to spread into Alabama. The low will then move across the Gulf, with the heaviest precipitation coming when the low is in that position tomorrow night between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. the following morning on Monday morning. Now, as far as precipitation amounts, we scaled them back just a tad. Take a look at the GFS here. You see almost a donut hole over parts of Alabama with heavier precipitation all around us. The NAM is showing something similar in southeast Alabama. We think that's due to thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast or in the Gulf of Mexico, cutting off a little of our moisture, but we're still looking at a significant event. Really, what's the difference between 4 inches and 3 inches of snow in a given location? Now, what we're looking at here is a time height section of temperature, and this is what's concerning us a little bit right now. You see in the red circle, during the time of precip there, early Monday morning, we see an area of air above 0 Celsius, or above freezing, nosing in. That layer, that warm layer, will be deeper over South Alabama, so we're concerned that precip will start out as snow and then change over to freezing rain and or sleet. Now, here's how the NAM sees it coming in. It shows precip as early as noon tomorrow in parts of southwest Alabama, overspreading most of the state before 9 p.m. Now, we see mainly snow north of about Clanton, and then that snow line starts to move north, and we see some sleet and freezing rain even as far north as Birmingham, and even after that, a little further north than Birmingham. We'll let this loop again. What we're concerned about here is, again, that some of this warm air from the Gulf of Mexico will come in aloft, cause the rain to fall as rain and not snow late in the event, after midnight in Birmingham, but all night in South Alabama, freezing on contact and causing significant ice accumulations. Now, here's our updated accumulation map. Over North Alabama, the air is just plenty cold, so most of it should be all snow. We're looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow across most areas north of I-20. Some spots could get a little bit more than that, especially the higher elevations in East Alabama. Further south, between, say, Birmingham and Prattville, 1 to 3 inches of snow, but the precip may fall, some of it in the form of freezing rain, or rain that freezes on contact with trees and power lines in the ground. 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice is possible. That can bring down trees and power lines. That could be a problem. We're really going to have to watch these thermal profiles closely. Then further south, it could be where the real big story is. Not that 3 to 6 inches of snow here in Birmingham is not a big deal, but 1/2 inch of ice is possible in areas like Montgomery and Auburn and down to Troy. That could be a very big deal as we get into tomorrow with power outages. So we're going to have another video coming up with Brian tomorrow morning and updates on the blog all night long tonight. Thanks for watching, and we will keep an eye on this situation.